Alright guys, one thing about me is reading and book shopping. But yeah, today we are going to be talking about my physical TBR now that I'm leaving. Because once I'm there, I'm not going to be book shopping as much. I don't have the money to be book shopping like I do now. And I obviously am not bringing all of these books with me, and a lot I feel like I can find on Kindle Unlimited, but right now my summer goal has been to knock this stuff off and try to get it down as much as I can. So we are now at over 80 books, which is lower than before, but I will put the exact number here once I go on my Goodreads and check. I have it on my Goodreads and I've been watching it go down, but yeah. I do have a couple more books than this, which is Pride and Prejudice, Little Woman, and The Notebook. I think those are like my 3 older books that I have that I've not read that I do want to read, but honestly I don't even know where I put them right now. And then I also have the 3 Crescent City books, and I don't plan on getting to those anytime soon. I haven't even finished the Avatar series, and I want to read Throne of Glass more than Crescent City. I know Crescent City isn't really everyone's like favorite series, but I do have them because someone bought them for me for a gift, so I do have them. They're not really on my TBR because I'm not going to read them anytime soon. Let's just start. Let's start small to lots. We'll start in like my thriller-ish, and I have Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. And really all I know about this book is that it follows a like teenage girl, like orphan on this island, and it's like a thriller, like who did it type thing. I think we got The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I don't really know anything about it, I just kind of have it. And then I have The As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This is the last book in the Good Girls Guide to Murder trilogy that I've not read yet. We have 5 Survive by Holly Jackson, which is like 5 people, 6 friends, only 5 survive, and yeah. Truly Devious, I know this is like a boarding school mystery, I think, and she's trying to like uncover who did it. Bad Blood, which is the last book in the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and then I also have the first book of her other series, The Inheritance Games. And The Naturals follows like this group of teenagers that are recruited by the FBI, and they try to like solve cold cases. And then this one, she gets like a bunch of money from this random man and goes to like meet this family, and I don't really know much else, but that's really it for that. And then I've got, this is kind of a weird bunch, but I've got All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Duer, I don't know. But this is a historical fiction romance, I believe, and I've heard very mixed reviews. I know it's a show on Netflix, and yeah, I've had it for a long time, but I haven't read it, but I do want to read it, so we'll see. I also thought this video would be a good time to redo my cart because I have emptied it out quite a bit in comparison, so yeah. Then I have The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna, and I read The Nightingale by her and I loved it, and this is gonna be my next read by her. I think it's, yeah, the Great War is ending, and then yeah, it's, I don't know, but I don't know history like that, but I'm very excited to read it. And then I have Taylor Jenkins Reid, Malibu Rising. This doesn't fall in the same category at all, it's just fiction, and it's just a summer party gone wrong, I believe. So I have heard good things about it though, and one of my friends just read it and she really enjoyed it, so yeah. We're going to get into the fantasy stack. So here I have the Hunger Games books. I have read the first one, this is the second and third, and then the newest one, and I love the movies. I especially love The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That was really, really good, and I'm really excited to read it, continue that series, because I never read it as a kid, so I'm reading it now. I've got The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. I just know like the queen or something is captured and she's in charge of trying to keep her alive. Then we have Ninth House and Hellbent special editions. I've had them for a long time and I have not picked them up, and everything about them just kind of scares me too. I think it's dark academia or something with like fantasy maybe, and I don't know, but they've been there a while and I haven't read them yet. So now this one, Dreadful, that's it, that's what it is, by Caitlin Rozakis. I don't really know what this is about, but my mother bought it and it's got pretty sprayed edges, and I don't know, she really enjoyed it, and I usually just take her books after because she doesn't have a bookshelf to put them on. So that's about it. I got The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Now I've been wanting to pick this up more recently because I've been seeing more people read it and really enjoy it. But basically she like makes a deal and she will never die, but everybody will forget her. And then one day someone didn't forget her. So Six of Crows, Fantasy Heist. Scared because I don't read much fantasy. Iron Flame signed edition. Just haven't heard good things about it, and it's really big. But that is the second book to Fourth Wing, if you don't know that. Then I've got the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, and I bought these all in hardbacks because I have a special edition of one of them, and now I like really regret it. I don't like hardbacks, and my Caraval trilogy is not in hardbacks. But yeah, I read the Caraval series to read this one because it just sounds really good, and I don't really know how to explain it right now, so I'm not going to, but you can always search it up if you want to know. So, and then I've got Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Now this is more my fantasy element. I love cozy fantasy because complex high fantasy really confuses me. And then I've got Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. Dance of Thieves, I don't even really know what it's about anymore, but everyone loves it and I really should read it, but I just haven't yet. It scares me. And this one I'll probably get to this fall, so. And that's really it for my miscellaneous, and then I just have these two, and it's If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nowlin. Now this is the second book to the If He Had Been With Me book, and yeah. And then we got Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I have the special edition that is also annotated by her, and I've been wanting to read it for a long time. I just haven't, so maybe I'll get to that soon. Oh, I don't know where to start. I've got 3 piles of romance behind me. I'll start here, alright? I've got 3 LGBTQ romances, sapphic romances. I've got Late Bloomer, and it's a flower farm, and that just sounds so cute and everything to me. So I absolutely cannot wait to read this. I've got the second book of the I don't really know what it's called, but the first book was Delilah Green Doesn't Care, and this one is Ashton Parker Doesn't Fall. And it's just like, I think she was supposed to get married and didn't, and now she's met a girl. And then I've got The Ride of Her Life, and it's just like cowgirl romance, I guess. I don't know. I'm more iffy about that one. And then I got Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. I'm currently reading The Love Wager, and this is definitely coming up soon. I want to read this soon. I absolutely adore Lynn Painter, one of my favorite authors, and this one is like a bunch of like this couple crashes weddings, and she pays him to crash her wedding. So yeah. Then I've got Ashley Poston and Novel Love Story, and I do really want to read this. It's magical realism, and she falls into her favorite book. In 5 years, I completely forget what this is, but it's by Rebecca Searle, and I hear very mixed reviews on this one, but it's really short and just more of like a fiction with romance. And then I got Loath to Love You, and that will make sense in a second. This is just the STEM romance novellas for Allie Hazelwood. But I've got Not in Love, her most adulty book so far. Checkmate, her young adult book. I'm not even going to explain these because I feel like everybody knows them. Love on the Brain, The Love Hypothesis, and Love Theoretically. These are her STEM romances. I have all of them, haven't read a single one. I've had all of them for a long time. I don't know why, but I never pick them up. And then I have How to Love Your Neighbor by Sophie Sullivan, and I am really excited for this because she's like an interior designer, I think. Something like that, and I just adore that. I've got Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez and Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I think these two go together, but this I know is like a celebrity romance, and then this is like, all I know about it is it has really good anxiety representation. I love how all of his covers have like an animal on them. They're so cute. I adore them. And I got Emily Henry, A Million Junes, and this is a magical realism romance. This was her first book, I believe, and I'm just very excited to see it. And we got People We Meet on Vacation, classic Emily Henry, and I've read all of her other books. And then we got Christina Lauren, The Unhoneymooners. I read Love in Other Words, which gives me hope that I will maybe read this soon. And I think it's also on Kindle Unlimited now, which is crazy. Weird, but The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson. And when I bought this, I really wanted to read it, and now it's just been sitting there, and I don't want to read it. It's a, like, wolf romance, I think. King of Wrath by Anna Huang. Now, I bought this a long time ago when it first came out, and I just haven't read it, and I don't really know why. I think it's because Anna Huang, her books kind of stopped hitting for me, and I've stopped going after books like that. So, I don't know, but I do want to read it eventually. But I just heard such bad things about this series, so I don't know. And then we got Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. This is the second book in the True and Blackbird series, and it's just and they fall in love, and I really wanted to read this when it first came out, and then again it's just kind of been sitting there, and I haven't read it, so whatever. I know I will one day. Swift and Saddled, I ordered this the second it came out, got it to my house, was so happy, and then haven't read it, so maybe I'll try to read that this week. Look how short it is, or the first one in one night. So this is the second book in a series though, and I am very excited to read it still. I just haven't, but maybe soon. Maybe this week, not soon. Now, I have Off the Races by Elsie Silver. This is her old romance series, I think redone, and yeah, it's the Gold Rush Ranch, and I've loved her books so far. So, talking about Elsie Silver, I have Hopeless and Reckless left in the series. I'm currently reading Powerless. And if you don't know this series or Elsie Silver, she writes cowboy romances, and they're really good, pretty spicy, very fun. They're awesome, and I don't know which order these two go in, but yeah, they're absolutely amazing, and I will keep buying all of her books. But I do want to read her old series and then read her current one that she's coming out with, so yeah, that's my goal. And then sports romances, I got Cross the Line by Simone Sultani, and it's a Formula One romance. And I think this is the one that, I'm like pretty sure this is the one that Catherine, yeah, like adored, but I could be completely wrong, to be honest. And then I've got Redeemed, also a Formula One romance. This is the fourth one in the series, but I have only read the first one. I own the fourth one, but not the second or third. But I'm going to read it on Kindle anyways when the time comes after I read the second and third. So, it's still Formula One though, I believe. Love Redesigned. Now, I told myself I'd read the Throttled series first and then read this series, and I have only read the first one in the Throttled series. She's an interior design, and I think he builds houses or something. And then we got Unsteady by Peyton Corrine. I think this is also on Kindle Unlimited now, but it's like a hockey romance, and I don't really know much else about it. I think she's a figure skater, and it's just like a more emotional one, I think. And then I got a couple Sarah Adams books. I've got the rule book. This is the second one, so I'm doing this out of order. But the rule book and the cheat sheet and the rule book, yeah, they're football romances, and I don't really know much else about them. I just thought that would be fun for fall, and fall is coming up, especially with me being at a school that where maybe now like football will actually be like a big thing. And then we got The Match and The Enemy, and I'm assuming these are interconnected, but these she has been revising and expanding on, and I bought both of them. And this one is like a puppy app, I think. I could be completely lying to you. I'm not fact checking myself, so don't take my word final. And this is just enemies to lovers, high school. Whoa, high school enemies to meeting later in life to lovers. So yeah, I think those sound really exciting. I do like Sarah Adams. I have read 2 of her other books, I think, and that was Practice Makes Perfect and the other one that came before that. And then I got one more football romance, and that's First Down by Grace Riley. I think it's a series. There's also Breakaway, a hockey romance, Stealing Home, a baseball romance, and then Wicked Serve, a hockey romance. And apparently this is the special edition. I don't know why it's the special edition, but I do think this is really cute. So yeah. Now we got 1 stack left. Alright, let's move this so you can really see it. This stack is not my TBR. I'm donating all of these. I'm hauling them, so. And to start, I have the whole Magnolia Park series. And this is a big freaking series. So you got Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates. Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates. So, yeah, this is high London, Gossip Girl type toxic romances. And I've always really wanted to read them, but they're so massive. And there's also a 5th one, and there will be a 6th one. So, yeah. These are huge. And they scare me really bad, and I just haven't sat down and tried. And then I have This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I did totally need to read this summer, and I know I'm not going to. So, it'll be there next year. Or in winter when I want summer again. But I have read her other 2 books, and they were both but I did hear good things about this one, so that is a change. I have Out on a Limb. Now this is high on my TBR. I do really want to read this. It's an accidental pregnancy, disability, like representation, all that, and people just really seem to love it. So yeah. And I read Ready or Not, which is not by the same author. This is Hannah Bonham Young, but I don't know what the other author was for Ready or Not. But I love that accidental pregnancy trope. I don't think I'm an accidental pregnancy hater if it's done good. So then we got The Simple Wild. This has been here forever. K.A. Tucker. I don't know, she moves to Alaska or something, and it just sounded fun. Completely switching up again, we've got Near Duke Will by Alexandra something, because her name is blocked by the sticker, but this is like an old-timey, there's 2 stickers. This is like a back in the day love story, and I just think that's really cute. I love that. I love the cover. It's just, I really hope this doesn't disappoint me. I haven't heard anything about it, but it's so cute. So then we got Better Than Fiction. I think it's like she hates fiction books and he's a fiction writer, and then they like do like a bucket list or something together. Again, could be lying. Don't take my word. Fact check me before you buy these books. The Breakaway, totally meant to read this summer, but she's like 30 something years old, and she's like married, but something doesn't feel right, and another boy comes back, and yeah. Right on cue. Ballard. I did mean to read this sooner, but she is an actor or something, and she can't trust him. And then there's tension, and it's a really small book, so I honestly could breeze through this before I leave. But yeah, 5 Stages of Courting Daisy Ramos. See, I got really confident buying books I knew nothing about, but he's like totally obsessed with her, and she like does not care. But then she's like, okay, then you're gonna do these things to me since you like me, and I don't know. I do want to read it though. It does sound cute. Business or Pleasure. I have been considering just donating this. It's by Rachel Lynn Solomon, and I don't know why, but it just like does not sound like me anymore. And she's writing a memoir for him, and he's like an actor, and she wants to keep it professional, but he's trying to like bang her. The Bird Has Flown. Now this is like I don't even know. She's 33, broke, and recently single. She's got a second chance at music, and then she meets a guy, and it's love or music. And then Forget Me Not, Julie Soto. Now, I was going to read this the other month, and then I watched one of my favorite YouTubers read it, and they didn't really like it, so I was so disappointed. But she's a wedding planner that doesn't believe in weddings, and he's a florist who hates owning a flower shop. So they both hate their lives, and they fall in love. But wow, this cover. They are... Dang. And then I got Funny Feelings by Tara Dewitt. Now, I just read Savor It, I think, by her, and I was like very about it. I listened to it on audiobook, which is also probably a part of my problem. I know nothing about this. She's a comedian. And I think they have to like fake date or something. I just read one of my YouTubers read this. I think they have to fake date for publicity or something. And I don't know. That is it, though. That is all my books on my TBR. I'm reading Powerless by Elsie Silver and The Love Wager by Lynn Painter, and I'm listening to How to End a Love Story. Yeah, so those 3 are going to be off my TBR soon. And yeah, I will put the final number once again here, and we'll see how many I have. And that is it for today. This is my last video in this room. Just kidding, you'll probably see one on Sunday that's like in this room, but like no, I won't be in this room. Okay, bye. I'm also gonna decide what books I want to take to college with me and which books I don't. So, bye guys. Alright.